We have a 2000 Jeep Wrangler that we're gonna change the gasket on. So we're fixing to start by removing the air intake piece right here with a couple of flathead screws. Just loosen them up and we're gonna remove it. You loosen it and just pop it off. You have a hose right here, you just pop off. You loosen this one, slowly it'll come off. And you want to clean that intake a little bit and cover it up so nothing drops down in there. You see how when I push it down, it's got a little grime down in there. I'm going to clean that out. I'm going to take a little carburetor and intake cleaner, put it on a white cloth, and show you how it looks clean, but it is dirty. Spray a little bit on your cloth so you can see the dirt that's coming off of it. Give you an idea. Cleaning it slowly but surely. All right, we got it pretty clean. I used a little brush, intake cleaner. That's what it looks like now. This gives you an idea how dirty it was. Next, we're gonna remove this throttle. Move it back, pop it out of here. So I zip tied this back and I put a little clean towel in there so nothing gets down in there. Next, I'm gonna take the heater hoses and I'm gonna unclamp them from their bracket. I'm gonna put them behind the dipstick so they'll be out of the way. Create some more room, some space. And you start to see the bolts that we need to take off. Next, I loosened this and pushed it back. I kind of pushed it in and then popped it up, and I'll show you what it came off of. It came off of that, and this is plastic right here. These things are, and you need to be gentle with them so you don't break them, because you know these are 25 years old. This is a 2000 Jeep Wrangler and it's 2025, and so I got all these off here. You need to work this off of here. It takes a little bit because it's been on there a while, but it'll come off. Taking these out slowly with the 11 millimeter. I like tightening them just a tad to kind of see what the torque is. I'll use a torque wrench, but I kind of like the feel of it too, of what it should be. For this back bolt up against the firewall, I had to use a little shorter and one that could bend a little bit. This is what I used, and I'm using the 11 millimeter to get these bolts off. Now I have to start working on the studs. Okay, I have all the bolts removed. I'm gonna blow all of this off before I uncover it, so that none of this little trash and stuff down in there gets into the motor. I also organized my bolts from the front to the back, and I'm going to put them back exactly where they came from. I had to undo the bracket that holds these two air conditioning hoses, so I got it off. There's the old gasket. Gonna clean this one up before I put it back on. Most of the leaking was coming from back in the back, but we're gonna put a whole new gasket in and get it all cleaned up. Make sure you take note of how you pull this out of here. You just kind of reach in here and get the metal part and it'll pop out, but notice how it comes out, and put the new one in correctly. Before I put the new gasket in, I'm going to carefully clean this whole area where it meets and push it away so no dirt gets down into the motor. This is the part and the part number. While I'm cleaning the cam cover, I forgot to say that I was replacing these PCV elbow, basically their air intake, and these are the seals. I already got one seal on. I got this seal on. That's where the oil cap goes. I just have it off while I'm cleaning it, and I'm still going to take this one and the seal off and replace it. So I got this one on, and I'll do the other one. Took a lunch break and back at it. This is the old one right here. This is what the new one looks like, and this one's 25 years old. This is a 2000. This is the original one. It's pretty easy to pop these grommets in. I have to hold a phone and record, but I'm gonna just push down and it'll pop right in. The gasket comes with these little rubber grommets, and I'm going to show you how you just reach up under these right here and pop them up. You keep the metal part, but you take off the little rubber part underneath. I'll pop that out and then pop the new one in. When you pop out the old one, just clean the surface really well. And then I'm going to just put the new one in, push it down, and then we'll take the metal part and then put it in. There's the old rubber part. It's dry and hard, and this is the metal part. This would be the time too, if you're planning on painting the cam cover, that you would just pop all these off and then paint the whole thing and then do this. And you just put the metal piece on there and push it back in, and that's one done. I ran into one that just kind of melded on there, so I'm taking a little pick right here and picking it apart. This one's actually real brittle and it broke apart, so I'll clean this up and we'll put a new rubber on it. Here's the final look at it, all cleaned up. Let's see what it did with these. I'll show you the other side. I cleaned the surface really well. Hopefully it'll get a good seal. Okay, I got it back in, just got to put the bolts in now. Got the all the bolts back in. I started from the middle, from one side, and I would go to the middle on the other side, and then back over and work my way. I actually worked my way to the front and got the front done, and then came back and zigzagged to the back. There's one bolt around the corner from this one, and that's the hardest one. You see the bolt in the center right there, and then there's one down the back, and you just have to slowly work it and turn it. Most of the other ones are pretty easy to get to, and they're all back in. I'm gonna put it back together now, all the other stuff. I noticed that my throttle cable had some places where it was actually showing the cable, so I'm gonna put some electrical tape around this just to keep oil and dirt and stuff like that from getting to the cable. Got that done. Connected this one back. Putting the AC bracket back on with this bolt, and then I'll come back, put one little bolt there, hold the AC hoses, even though I don't even run the air conditioner in this thing because it's a rag top. This harness right here, I'm gonna put it back on. And it clamps down on these 3 bolts. There's one. Another one. There's the third one. Got the intake hose back connected everywhere. Screwed in, lined up, all good to go. I forgot to tell you that this bolt right here is an 18 millimeter. Okay, it's about time to connect the battery and start her back up. I forgot to say, out of all the little rubber grommets under the bolts that I had to replace, probably about 4 or 5 of them were totally dry rotted and kind of glued to the metal. So anyway, that's that. It's running now, and I'll keep an eye on it, see if it's leaking oil.